Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Storm Silver playthrough. And in the last episode, we very quickly captured Rotom back in New Barktown, and then we made our way through Victory Road and defeated our rival, before eventually arriving here, at the Indigo Plateau. And in today's video and the next few videos, we will one by one topple each and every member of the Elite Four, and then finally end off with Lance, the Dragon Tamer. So without further ado, let's head in. They're really tough. You cannot exit once you enter. The Pokemon helpers aside will let you move as you please through the rooms, but you must defeat all of the Elite Four to challenge the champion. Are you ready? Be courageous and go for it. Alrighty, so coming in here we go against the first Elite Four member. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Will. I have trained all around the world, making my Psychic-type Pokemon powerful, and at last, I have been accepted into the Elite Four. I can only keep getting better. Losing is not an option. And here we go! Versus Elite Four Will, the Psychic-type Elite Four member with a full team of 6. And he will lead off with Jinx immediately, and if we do not kill this thing, we will get hit very hard by an Ice-type move. So, I am going to switch into Typhlosion to try to tank off any incoming Ice-type moves and then fire back with a Fire-type move. So, switching out was the best call there, as Jinx does an insane amount of damage with that Ice Beam, even for a critical hit. That was a lot of damage, so we will fire back with a super effective Flamethrower, and we will get the KO on that one. Given how much damage that Ice Beam did, I really was hoping that Flamethrower was going to one-hit KO, but the first member of the Elite Four loses his first Pokemon, and Typhlosion gains a little bit of experience along with Salamence there, and out comes Lunatone, the Rock and Psychic type. So we'll go ahead and switch out, as I know a Rock type move is incoming, and we'll go ahead and switch into Swampert here. I don't suspect that Lunatone will have a Grass type move, so I think we should be okay switching into Swampert here, as the Psychic actually comes out and hits us and does a pretty good amount of damage. But we'll go ahead and fire back with a Waterfall. This Lunatone actually is outspeeding us here, so hopefully no critical hits from this Lunatone, as unfortunately it does a good enough amount of damage to where Swampert might get taken out on the next hit no matter what comes in. So luckily we take out the Lunatone there. That's 2 Pokemon down, and Swampert and Typhlosion will gain a little bit of experience. I actually gave Swampert the Lucky Egg, so it's going to get a little bit more experience than it would normally. Unfortunately, I don't think Swampert is fast enough to outspeed Gardevoir, and it's looking like Gardevoir will take out Swampert here. So that'll enable us to get a clean switch in back into Salamence, and we'll fire off a Crunch and hopefully get this Gardevoir taken down in one shot. Given this Gardevoir's level, I'm willing to bet that this is actually his ace Pokemon. I trained my Pokemon up to a pretty high level, mainly just in preparation for Lance. I wasn't really too worried about the Elite Four, but I felt like if I was under-leveled for Lance, then I would have gotten spanked pretty hard. So Havoc gains a level up here, and then finally, after all of this time, Havoc would like to learn Dragon Claw. So we will go ahead and get rid of Dragon Breath in favor of Dragon Claw. So 1, 2, 3, poof, and Havoc forgets Dragon Breath in favor of Dragon Claw. And so with that, Solrock will come out next. Solrock being a Rock and Psychic type. Now hopefully Crunch can one-shot it here. It is super effective. That Rock type does not give it a resistance to Dark. So luckily, Solrock will go down here in one shot, easy peasy. And we will move on to the next Pokemon, which is Slowbro here, a Water and Psychic type. So we'll keep going with the same strategy as we've had good luck with it, and we'll throw out another Crunch and hopefully be able to, yeah, there we go. We'll get Slowbro down to half health and lower its defense. That works perfectly, as it'll fire off a Psychic type attack, and it'll get us down to a little over a third of our HP down, but luckily not half. We'll go ahead and do one more Crunch, which will take down this Slowbro, and it'll leave Will with 1 Pokemon left. So Havoc will gain a little bit of experience there. And Will's last Pokemon is Xatu, the Psychic and Flying type. So we'll go ahead and fire off one more Crunch, and we will finish off this battle against the first member of the Elite Four, which is Will, the Psychic Trainer. And with that, we have won our first battle. Now, something interesting that was mentioned by the guard at the start was that apparently we can switch the order in which we face the Elite Four members. It is a Kadabra. It's literally a Kadabra. Okay, so that's something. We'll go ahead and heal up our Swampert really quickly here. Given that didn't take too much time, it's looking like we'll be able to actually face off against all members of the Elite Four in this video, which I definitely am happy about, as that means we can dedicate an entire video directly to Lance and kind of cut down on the amount of episodes in this series to make it a little more watchable for everyone, which is definitely something that I look forward to. We'll go ahead and heal up our last member, Inferno, here, and then we will speak with this Kadabra and we will see what he has to say. So we'll walk up here. Let's see. Kadabra, Kazah. This Kadabra is offering to teleport you. Which room would you like to go to? Alrighty, so I am actually going to stick with the order that we face the Elite Four in normally, as I think it is just kind of a little more interesting and kind of just going with the way that the game was originally. So we'll go ahead and switch over to Typhlosion to lead off this fight, because normally Koga has a handful of bug types. He could also just send out Muck and be a total ass, so we'll see. I am Koga of the Elite Four. I live in shadows, a ninja. My Jesus Christ, yeah, I know English. Style will confound and destroy you. Confusion, sleep, poison. Prepare to be the victim of my sinister techniques. Pokemon are not merely about brute force. You shall see soon enough. And here we go. Elite Four, Koga. The second member of the Elite Four. He will have 6 Pokemon on his team as well, leading off with Venomoth, so sending out Typhlosion first was the correct prediction, as he will lead off with the Bug type. We will go immediately into a Flamethrower and hopefully get this one-shot kill down past half. And just like that, Venomoth, his first Pokemon, is down already. So we'll keep Typhlosion in for the next Pokemon, assuming that it's not Muck. Though, oh, that's not exactly a great option either. So Tentacruel will come out here, so we'll go ahead and switch over. I'm going to switch over to Swampert just because I know that he has other ground types, or not ground types, I'm sorry, other poison types in his pocket, so hopefully Swampert can deal with those. A Swords Dance will come out, which is very, very dangerous. I'm getting flashbacks to how the battle with Claire went, where not off screen, well, yeah, kind of off screen. She ended up using Dragon Dance with her Gyarados in a few of those matches that I lost, and Gyarados was the culprit of sweeping my team. So luckily, 2 Swords Dance from the Tentacruel, but Swampert is able to take it down before it's able to do any damage at all. And a little bit of experience goes around there. And switching into Swampert was the right call indeed, as the Ace Muck, level 55, will come out next. 1 solid Earthquake should kill this thing, assuming it's not extra tanky. And just like that, Muck will go down. A critical hit to top it off as well. That's always extra nice right there. Swampert will gain almost 3,000 experience points, which is nice, as Crobat will come out next. Luckily, Swampert knows a Rock-type move, so that should help us out a little bit. Unfortunately, though, Crobat using Double Team might make this a little bit harder if we start missing. So we do need 1 more Strength to actually take this. Oh, actually, no. Let's see. I might switch to Waterfall and see if the stab is a little bit better, especially because Double Team is going to cause Strength to miss, as it's not 100% accurate. So Koga does not heal here, but he does use Brave Bird, so he might heal after this recoil if we do not take it down. We miss, so more than likely Koga will heal here, yeah. So hopefully we can get the Waterfall off this time and then another one afterwards. Hopefully only 1 miss on the Waterfall, but he did get 2 Double Teams off, so we do miss the extra Waterfall attempt, and a 3rd Double Team will come out, but we do hit this Waterfall attempt, which is kind of interesting, and we will get it down not to half, but a little bit above. And he's going to fire off another Brave Bird, and he's going to take us down way below half and get hit with some recoil. Luckily, though, our Waterfall will connect, and we are just barely able to get the Crobat down a little lower. So I'm expecting him to either use Brave Bird or to heal. So I'm going to switch back into Typhlosion to try to get the drop on him. Hopefully he uses Brave Bird and the recoil takes him out. That is exactly what happens. So Not a completely clean switch in, but luckily Typhlosion doesn't drop below half, so whoever the next Pokemon is, hopefully Typhlosion can outspeed it. We get a little bit of experience around the board from everybody, and Toxicroak is the next Pokemon. So this definitely would have been a job for Espeon. Thankfully, though, Typhlosion is able to outspeed. This Flamethrower might get it to half. A little bit over half. That's perfect. Oh, no. Oh, a critical hit. That is perfect. Typhlosion putting in the work for us here and helping us with these battles. We'll get a little bit of experience, but not enough to elevate to level 58, as Weezing, his last Pokemon, will come out. Given that this Pokemon is a pretty low level, I'm hoping that we're able to take it out in one shot, and it seems like Koga's feeling the same way, as he will use Protect immediately. We'll go ahead and fire off a Flamethrower on the next turn, and we'll get it almost to the red, and we will get poisoned, but I doubt Koga will... Oof. I doubt Koga is going to heal here. He'll use a Protect, and of course we're not going to be able to land our Flamethrower. We'll take a little bit of poison damage, but on this Flamethrower, we will be able to take down the Weezing. So with that, Koga, the second member of the Elite Four, will go down to our team, and Typhlosion will jump up to level 58, and with that, we have defeated Koga. Ah, you have proven your worth. And we gain $6,600 for defeating Koga. I subjected you to everything I could muster, but my efforts failed. I must hone my skills, keep advancing in the league, and put your abilities to the test. Alrighty, so I'm going to heal the team really quickly, and I will be right back. Alrighty, and so with that, I have healed up the team, and so without further ado, we will talk to Kadabra, and he will teleport us over to the third room, which is where Bruno, the fighting type Elite Four member, resides, here in the lava room as well. We'll go ahead and move Typhlosion to the back of the party in favor of Espeon to the front. Having that Psychic type is definitely going to help us against the fighting type Bruno. I am Bruno of the Elite Four. I always train to the extreme because I believe in our potential. This is how we become strong. Can you withstand our power? I see no fear in you. You look determined. Perfect for battle. Ready, Will? You will bow down to our overwhelming power. Hoo-ha! Alrighty, versus the third member of the Elite Four, the fighting type master, Bruno. A full team of 6 being led by Hitmontop at level 53. We will send out Espeon first. We'll get hit with the Intimidate, but given that we're a special attacker, that is not going to matter. The Fake Out will come out, so we will flinch. But we'll fire right back with a special effective Psychic. Luckily, Espeon picked up Psychic upon leveling to like level 52 or 53, if I'm not mistaken. So having Psybeam was never really a problem in taking out opposing Pokemon, but having Psychic definitely is a step up, as Lucario will come out. Having that Steel type is definitely going to make things a little more interesting, so I'm going to switch into Swampert. I feel like Swampert is best equipped to just kind of tank out a couple of attacks and fire off an Earthquake. So Lucario's go ahead and use the Dark Pulse, so something that might become a problem if it keeps using Dark Pulse is the flinching, but it switches over to Aura Sphere, which gets the stab, so it does a good amount of damage. Hopefully Swampert's Earthquake can take it out in one shot, as we all know from our Lucario that Lucarios can be very dangerous, especially if they get the setup, but luckily Lucario goes down there, and Espeon and Swampert will get a little bit of experience. Swampert enough to level up to level 59, so almost to level 60 across the board for most of our team, as Hariyama will come out next. I fully expect Hariyama to take us out here, so I'm going to get a little bit of damage and try to get a clean switch into Espeon to continue taking out Pokemon. Hariyama will go for this substitute here, so it'll drop its health down pretty low, and we'll go ahead and fire off a Waterfall. It's actually looking to get a Focus Punch here. Luckily, the substitute does fade, however, Swampert will take this Focus Punch head on. So with that, we will actually get dropped down to 4 HP. We will not be taken out, so we will outspeed again, and we will use a Waterfall. And Hariyama just barely drops down into the red. So unfortunately, Swampert will go down there, but we will switch into Espeon, get the clean switch in, and it's looking like Bruno's actually going to use a full restore. So we're going to get 2 Psychics off for free, assuming the first one doesn't kill it. Given Hariyama's massive amount of health, seeing as how slow that health bar is taking to regenerate, I'm not sure if a Psychic is going to be able to one-shot it, but even if not, we're definitely going to outspeed and get the 2-tap on this thing. So Hariyama's going to get dropped all the way. It's going to get taken out, no critical hit needed. So Hariyama goes down as well, so that's 3 Pokemon down and 3 Pokemon remaining, as Hitmonlee is next up to take down, and we'll go ahead and fire off a quick Psychic. Hitmonlee's not any kind of defensive, so it's definitely going to just go down immediately. I'm very interested to see if Bruno will retain his Steelix or his Onix that he had. I'm not sure which one it was in the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver, as he retains his Ace Machamp at level 55. Hopefully we can take down the Machamp in one shot. Its defenses are a little bit better, so we will see. All the way into the red, and just like that, no critical hit needed. Machamp will go down to the super effective Psychic, and Espeon will jump all the way up to level 58. So also almost to level 60, as Morning Sun is going to want to be learned. I actually have no idea what Morning Sun even is. Okay, so unfortunately we're not running a Sunny Day team of any kind, so I'm not really too interested in doing that. The recovery on the HP is nice, but for the most part I haven't really needed any kind of recovery on Zomu. Hitmonchan is the last Pokemon for Bruno here, so we'll go ahead and fire off another Psychic, and assuming no Focus Sash, this should be a easy one-shot kill. And just like that, no critical hit needed. Hitmonchan will go down, and with that, we have defeated Bruno of the Elite Four. The third member down and only 1 to go before we face off against the champion. So I will heal the team really quickly and I will be right back. Alrighty, so the team is all healed up, and without further ado, we will move on to the final room that houses Karen, the Dark type Elite Four member, and the final member of the Elite Four as well. So we will go ahead and move Lucario to the front to be able to take on any incoming Dark types, and let us talk to Karen.
I am Karen of the Elite Four. Your will? How amusing. I love Dark type Pokemon. I'm known for my overpowering tactics. Think you can take them? Just try to entertain me. Let's go.
And here we go versus the final member of the Johto and kind of Kanto Elite Four, Karen, the master of Dark-type Pokemon. Mightyena is her first choice at level 53, and we will immediately get hit with the Intimidate, but given that we are a special attacker besides extreme speed, that will not matter. We'll go ahead and fire off an Aura Sphere, which should one-tap the Mightyena, just like that. Perfect. Alrighty, so the Mightyena goes down, a little bit of experience for Lucario, and out comes Houndoom. So I know what she's thinking with that fire type. This Houndoom also had Intimidate, which is interesting. I'm hoping Aura Sphere can one-shot. Thankfully, Houndoom doesn't get the outspeed. I remember against Rocket Executive Archer at the Goldenrod Radio Tower, he had a Houndoom that was definitely a little troublesome because not a lot of people on my team, or Pokemon on my team, could outspeed it. So luckily, Houndoom goes down there, as Honchkrow will come out next. So I'm not too worried about Honchkrow having any kind of... Whoa, that was a voice crack. Having any kind of moves that can take out Lucario. So hopefully this Aura Sphere is a simple two-shot, as Lucario will actually get paralyzed there. And really quickly, I'm actually going to take a step back and heal that paralysis just like that. So Honchkrow is going to go ahead and use Swagger, and Lucario will become confused. I did not mean to click that. Lucario is not too, I'm not too worried about confusion on that one. Hopefully we can break out of it just like that. We didn't break out of it, but we were able to bypass it on that turn to take out the Honchkrow. And so just like that, 3 Pokemon are down on Karen's team, and the fourth one is Absol that will come out. So assuming that confusion doesn't hit us back, we should be perfectly okay to sweep through the rest of her team. I doubt she's going to have anything that's going to actually be able to survive any Aura Spheres that are oncoming. Maybe an Umbreon, I think, is her ace, if I'm not mistaken. That Umbreon might be a two-shot. But, oh, a Spiritomb, okay. So we're going to have to switch it up a little bit from the Aura Sphere. That's a bit of a problem. We'll go ahead and switch over to Dark Pulse, and hopefully we can get a couple of flinches off. I imagine this is probably, it's looking like this is going to be a 4-shot kill for this thing, but it's not like Spiritomb can do a whole lot of damage in and of itself. We actually caught a Spiritomb. Where was it? It was right before or right after we battled Whitney, the normal type and third gym leader, and I used Spiritomb for a little bit, but the main thing with Spiritomb is that when you're using it for a playthrough, there's other Pokemon you can capture that are kind of tankier. Swampert was definitely a better option in regards to tanking attacks outright, and Spiritomb unfortunately can't really it can't really dish damage properly. You have to put your opponent to sleep and then use Dream Eater, and there's kind of just a lot of easy strategies you can use to get around that, and especially because Hypnosis just kind of has piss poor accuracy in general, and because Spiritomb is also pretty slow, it's not like you're going to get the drop on a Pokemon unless you use Sucker Punch, which thankfully Spiritomb happened to learn Sucker Punch, but I didn't use it a whole lot before I ended up boxing it, and Spiritomb on Karen's team goes down, and there is one Pokemon remaining, and that is Umbreon, level 54. So as you can see, Spiritomb's pressure definitely took a lot of power points away from Dark Pulse, but we'll keep going with the Aura Sphere here. I fully expect this to be a 2-shot given Umbreon's defenses. Just like that, a little bit below half, and Umbreon using Double Team is completely useless because Aura Sphere is a 100% accuracy move, so even in using Protect, you are only foregoing the inevitable. A double Protect actually works in Karen's favor here, but 3 in a row will not happen, and no attempt is made for it. As the final member of the Elite Four, Karen will be defeated, and all that stands between us and becoming the champion is the current champion, Lance. Lucario jumps to level 59, and we have defeated Karen. We get a little bit of money on the side for winning. Strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Jesus. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with their favorites. I like your style. You understand what's important. Keep moving. The champion is waiting. And with that, we have cleared out all of the members of the Elite Four, and the only one that remains is the champion, Lance. I appreciate you guys for watching this episode, and in the next episode, we will defeat the champion and have the credits rolled. But that'll be for the next episode. I appreciate you guys watching this one, and I will see you guys in the next one.